Hey YouTube. All right, so it took me a minute to I got a shower, and just freshened up and changed my hair back to straight. So I have like a straight half a wig, a curly half a wig, and curly clip-ins. And um, I don't know. I don't really like my hair straight, but if I do, I try to like braid it a little bit, and I like wearing my turbans because at least it's kind of my style, so it feels right. And if I don't feel so confident in how I look, even if I'm not a conventional attractive person, but even though I'm not, um, I never really cared to be. I just know that for those who are, they tend to have it a bit easier. Not always. Sometimes it's more difficult. But there's like a lot of people that have hatred towards individuals that are very unique looking, go against conventional standards, but aren't like that are well taken care of. They take care of themselves. They put themselves together, and they maybe have one or two attracting features, and so it's just like we're like unicorns, okay? And I've dealt with a very special kind of hate because of that. And I will say that I haven't really been able to take care of myself. If you hear a baby in the background, it's because I have a baby, and I have a total of 3 children. I only planned to have 2 kids. It was just me and my brother growing up, and I just felt like that would be just fine. I enjoyed having a sibling, so I didn't want to have just one child um, after I had the first one. But there was a time also that I didn't want kids at all. But it was like after having the first kid, I'm like, man, she's just like always by herself. Always by herself. It's really sad. It was very lonely. And just like I had a brother. And so like I planned to um, remarry, and like have another child. Like I planned for that. And obviously you can't plan everything, and sometimes things don't always work out. But I found someone, and I feel blessed because at least that worked out, but we happen to have a surprise baby. So I have 3 kids, and it's really weird because like it doesn't feel like I have 3 kids, but I do. Um, it feels like, or maybe I'm just a bit used to children. My mom adopted small kids when I was like in my late teens and early 20s. So she had like younger children, babies that she adopted, and I help her care for them. So I'm kind of used to that energy, and being around lots of children. It's just, it doesn't really feel like I have another child. It just feels like I'm losing a lot of sleep, and I'm not really able to take care of myself as much as I like. Um, all my time and attention goes to the kids. And when I can do my makeup and do my hair, I do the best I can. I try to feel better about myself. It's just things that I like to do to feel better about myself. It's not even like that I have to do it, but I like to. Um, I haven't really sat back and deep dived into why I like hair extensions, why I like makeup. It's just a matter of how I was raised, my culture. The women in my family adorn themselves in certain ways. They wear makeup. They add extra to their hair. They take the time to look as nice as they possibly can. That's just kind of how I was brought up. And, some people are different. Some people have more of a natural look. Some people have more of a glam look. I just happen to have a mom that's really glamorous. And so I took from that, but I have my own flair. But anyway, I've been feeling a bit like tired and a bit down. And it has little to do with um, my kids, believe it or not. A lot of people who don't have children, I feel, are really, really, really freaked out by the whole experience. And I think for me at least, the hardest part of being a mom was carrying a child, like the physical strain on your body. But having little people in the home, it's not that difficult. I think that the more difficult relationships, and it's just my experience, are the relationships you have with people who are adults, whether it's your parents that are aging and ailing, whether it's your in-laws, whether it's your even your partner. Those relationships tend to be more complex and much more difficult. I feel like children can be draining, but they're really not that difficult. Like, they're just kids. I don't know. Maybe I'm a kid person. I don't know. Because sometimes I get told I'm the most boring mom on the planet. And other times I get told that I'm a bit mean, because I have to be like a disciplinary. But anyway, because I've been not getting as much sleep, it's starting to get better. But because I haven't been getting as much sleep because of the little guy beside me that you may hear, he's like right next to me. But because of that, I haven't really been able to tend to my natural hair, okay? And I took the liberty, like my hair grew so long when I was pregnant, my natural hair, it grew very long. I think it grew like maybe 14 inches. And that was too much hair for me. And it kept locking because I wasn't detangling it. I wasn't shampooing and conditioning it enough. So it just matted, it locked. So I cut like the back of my hair really short and kind of left the front long. And I'm still not caring for it in the manner that like I should. So I don't know if I'm going to do another haircut or what, but I'm starting to get better with sleep. And once I take the time, once I start feeling more better with that, then I'll probably tend to my hair, because my hair is always like the one thing that gets neglected. And I have beautiful natural hair, but it's not like on my top priority list, to have a like big, long, flowy, beautiful hair. I can have it, but it's not on my priority list. And I have to take a lot of supplements because I've been having some issues with my health. So I have to take some supplements to kind of get my hair to not thin out in certain areas. So, those things are, and so like, I just haven't done it, and maybe I will, or not. I don't know. But having the liberty and just the freedom to just be like, okay, I don't really need to make this a focus, or I can do something with my hair where it looks good. I have the, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. I have like this, just the different options to wear like my hair braided or twisted so that it's not locking, because like if I have it out, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to wash it. I'm going to finger coil it. I'm going to co-wash it and just wear it natural and curly. And it's like, yeah, no, just wake up and it's just wild. And I just won't do anything to it until it mats up. And I'm like, shit, now I have to go through hell to get it detangled. And I'm finding myself twisting my hair, putting it in a ponytail and clipping my hair extensions on. So I don't know. It's just more practical and easier for me right now. But you'll see me make videos with my natural hair in the future as my son gets a bit more older and more independent and sleeps through the night. I know that I'm always very awkward sometimes when I come on camera, but like, that's just who I am. Okay. And I don't really know at this point at 35 if that's ever going to change. So who knows? But I've dealt with narcissistic abuse and trauma. Like, literally, there's people that are stalking me because of a narcissistic person that I somehow attracted. And although I went no contact with that person and moved on with my life and met the person that I'm with today, and I'm doing the best that I can, that particular person is stalking me and slandering me. And it's just like, there's other people that and other energy types that have this person's same energy type It's all, at this point, I feel like capitalism just breeds narcissistic people. And I'm finding myself encountering these toxic energies. And I just realized, like, if you're a very, like, chill person and you're highly eccentric or just very unique and you're just minding your business, and then someone is kind of suffocating, they could be either very insecure or a bit nervous, or they could be narcissists, like one or the other. Okay. So if you notice that, maybe just like smile at them, and if they kind of relax and they make a joke and they're a little bit more like friendly towards you, then they just were insecure. But if they're not, like if they are not friendly towards you after you smile at them, maybe wave, and just like be friendly. If they're not friendly back, they probably are a narcissistic person. And I'm encountering more people like that out and about more now than ever. And it is what it is. Like, you don't know where I live, so you guys just do your thing and whatever, be yourselves. I really don't care at this point as much as I used to. But it's made me more conscious about networking. Because, hold on, I'm going to have me a drink. Raiden. Hold on. Raiden. Your hand is your hand, baby, not food. Okay, so for those who don't know, I like Ritas. I love Ritas, margaritas in a can. So anytime I get to have me like a break or I'm off, it's Christmas Eve today. So I got me my Rita. I just cooked lunch. One of my kids is out. She's not feeling too good. She's been laying on a couch like all day. The other kid went to work. Like when I tell you my 2-year-old actually has a job, he has a caretaker who works at a nursing home, and he goes to the nursing home that's ran by his grandmother, and they just check on the older people, spend time with the older peoples, like, and he loves going there, so I'm not going to stop him from going, but they'll be home early today because it's Christmas Eve. All right, so yeah, so like I've been very conscious about where I go, kind of just keeping more to myself. I go to the libraries, I go to cafes, and I'm not there for very long. I tend to go on times of the day during the week where there's less traffic. Okay, not because I'm trying to like not be seen, but because I like to have peace, and like out in the world, people are becoming more toxic and more volatile. So there's that. Also, I feel like, and I've heard this before, because I've dealt with trauma. Raiden. My son keeps trying to eat his hand. I don't know why. And like, I think it's teething. That's what I think it is. But anyway, so because I've dealt with trauma growing up and in school, dealt with bullying, and because I'm one of those rare personality types, I'm an INFP. Sometimes I think I'm an INTP. I don't really fucking know anymore. Like, it don't matter as much. But I'm one of those. And because I'm in that little group, people are like off-put, like, or weirded out by how eccentric I am, and tend to not be so nice. So I'm very selective of my circle, and I'm very selective of where I go, and so selective that it may be very difficult to find me. I mean, because like if I'm not at home, I'm somewhere that's so boring. Like I tend to, like, one of the things that I like to do is go to museums, and I also like to go to Capitol buildings. I'm really big fan of architecture, and I have a few art books here and architectural books here, just because I like design and I like architecture and patterns, and I also like abstract art. And I've been really getting into um, I don't know what you call it, but the artist's name is Chagall, and he has like different forms of art. One of it is cubism, and I'm kind of like messing with the cubism because I'm trying to perfect my craft. So I'm like messing with the cubism, and I'm kind of smudging it, some parts of it out where it's not so angled, so it kind of looks like it's abstract and cube all together. Um, and that may not make any sense, but once I start to get my style of painting going, then I'll share more of that on my channel.